So here we are again, still looking at some of the power editing tools available in AutoCAD Mechanical 2010. So I've got a center line here, and we haven't actually got a center line over here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to utilize Power Recall to allow me to place a new center line. Now this is very useful if I'm doing lots of repetitive work and I need to repeat what I've done, let's just say over and over again for certain things, like center lines, for example. Now, let's have a look at this center line. Now, Power Recall, again, is on your menu bar here. So remember, Quick Access Toolbar. Make sure that you've got your menu bar showing. It's saying to me, do I want to hide my menu bar? Because I've already got my menu bar displayed. So I'll hit Escape there. So, let's have a look at this center line. I go up to Modify on the menu bar, and there's Power Recall right there. I click on Power Recall and I come into the drawing area and I'm asked to select an object. If I select that center line, like so, it's an AutoCAD Mechanical Intelligent Object. Now it asks me for a center line starting point. So if I go over here and get that midpoint set up, I'll make sure that I do a Shift and a right click and select midpoint there on the shortcut menu. And there's my midpoint snap there. That's my center line starting point. Now it wants a center line endpoint. So I'm going to go to there, get that perpendicular snap, and there's my center line right there. What I should have done maybe is gone midpoint to midpoint there. Doesn't matter, does it? There's a center line there. I could extend it if I wanted to. Let's just delete that though and make sure we do it properly. Remember, when you're doing a center line like this, you're specifying start point and end point, just like drawing a line. So, we go back again to Modify, Power Recall, click on the center line here. Center line starting point, so I want midpoint there to midpoint there. There's my center line. Now it's remembered what command I used. I actually used this center line command here to draw that center line right there. But what I did, Power Recall recalled exactly what command I used, so I didn't even have to worry. I just go Power Recall, click, midpoint, midpoint, and there's my center line. Easy when you know how. Again, that's specific to AutoCAD Mechanical. You can't do that in vanilla, straight AutoCAD. Okay, let's have another look at Power Recall. Now I've got some circles here that represent holes through our belt wheel. Now they also got placed using the centerline commands here. I used this one here, centerline cross with hole. So AM center hole was the command that I used. Let's just escape that and go back up to Modify, Power Recall here, and I'll click there on that centerline there, centerline cross. It says specify center point. So if I now just hold down Shift and right click and go mid of 2 points, quadrant, quadrant. It then asks for a line division, i.e. half and half, that's what I want, 0.5. It then asks for a diameter, so if I type in 10 as a diameter and press enter, there we are. Now it hasn't actually placed the circle itself, because it's only picked up on the center line. So it's picked up that that's a center line cross, basically. That's all it's picked up. It hasn't actually picked up this here. So what I would need to do is I would need to do a copy, or perhaps a power copy. What I've got there, you'll notice, is a power copy. Can you see that there? So let's have a look at that. Let's see whether that does it any better. I'll undo what I've done, and we'll go back and we'll go Modify and Power Copy. And I'll select the object that I want to power copy, that there, the circle. All it's doing there, you'll notice, is giving me the circle command. It's not actually allowing me to do anything else. So remember that when you're using these centerline commands, be careful, because it sometimes doesn't bring everything across. What it did there was it basically recalled the centerline command and not the centerline cross with the hole. That's AM center hole. All it's done is picked up on the object itself, the center line, not the circle. The circle is just a circle placed when you draw those center lines. So I would go back there and I'd do centerline cross with hole. I'd do a shift and a right click there, and I'd go for mid of 2 points, and look at the difference here. If I go quadrant, quadrant like that, line division 0.5 again, diameter of hole I'll do 10, and it's there. It's gone onto the current layer, mind, but that's no problem. I'll hit escape there to come out of that. Go to layers, move to another layer, select the object, right click, I want it on that layer there. So remember that with your power recall, you can recall a command that you used to draw an intelligent object previously. But remember, sometimes it might not do all of it, as with the center line with the hole there.